A lost episode of Peppa Pig that never aired. Morning in Peppa Pig's house began as usual. The sun streamed through the curtains, illuminating the bunk bed where Peppa and George slept. George, as always, was on the bottom, and Peppa on top. Mummy Pig was making breakfast, and Daddy Pig was reading the newspaper. Everything was perfect, but something lingered in the air. Peppa noticed that George had become unusually quiet. He didn't ask to play dinosaurs, didn't laugh at Daddy Pig's jokes. His gaze was distant, as if he was looking through walls. At the playground, Susie Sheep tried to get George's attention, but he just silently swung on the swing, not reacting to her words. Pedro Pony and Rebecca Rabbit also noticed the changes. George began to hum a strange, monotonous melody that seemed familiar, but no one could remember where it came from. The melody was quiet, but persistent, seeping into consciousness. Peppa tried to talk to him, but he just turned away, continuing to hum. At home, George started spending more and more time in his room, humming the same melody. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig were worried. They tried to find out what happened, but George only answered in monosyllables, his eyes empty. The melody grew louder, filling the entire house. Peppa felt it penetrate her thoughts, causing slight dizziness. She began to notice that other animals in town were also acting strangely. They too hummed this melody, their movements becoming mechanical and their gazes lifeless. One evening, Peppa woke up to a loud melody. It was coming from George's room. She approached his bed. George sat staring at the wall, his eyes completely black. The melody poured from his mouth, distorting his face. Peppa felt the melody envelop her, penetrating every cell of her body. She tried to scream, but her voice caught in her throat. The last thing she saw was George slowly turning his head towards her, his black eyes staring directly into her soul. The melody became the only sound in the world.